Hello everyone, welcome back to Learn with Washington YouTube channel, and in today's course we are going to do math for data science, that is generally statistics that is used in data science that you must know. So this one does not require any serious background programming knowledge. So the first thing that you have to do is to ensure that we are going to use Python programming language. So the first thing that we have to do is to have the necessary libraries for data science. So we imported pandas as PD and numpy as NP. So these are Python libraries that are used to analyze data. So I am going to use I have a data set here, that is the Excel data. So I'm going to upload it to my notebook. Let's call it income. So this data, we are going to analyze the income of specific individuals, and we are going to calculate some statistics concept that are necessary for data scientists, that is. So let's have a variable data frame equals to, then we're using pandas, so we are reading the file using pandas.read CSV file, and I'm going to copy the path of the file I just uploaded. Like that. So let's have the names, that is the column names, that's what the variable there. So we are storing the column names as an array. So we'll have names, and the income. So we are modifying the column names that we have there in our data set. So when I call data frame, I should be able to read the data. So let's run the CSV file. Let's run the cell, that is. So as you can see now, we have read the data. So we have name and the income of specific individuals. So this is the simple data set that we are going to use. Okay, I'm sure now you are up to that point. We have imported libraries, two libraries, that is pandas and numpy. We have read the file using pandas, and so we are going to do statistics now using already defined methods in Python. So data frame.income.describe. So this will give us, the describe method will give us the information about the data, so we'll be able to know what the data entails. So you can see now, when we run the describe method, we able to have the count value, mean, standard deviation, minima, maxima values, and we have the data type. So we are able to see all these values from using the describe method. So if you want to know the mean, standard deviation, maximum values, you just run the describe method. So let's first get now quantile. So data frame.quantile. So what is a quantile first before we proceed? So quantile is each of any set of values of a variate which divide a frequency distribution into equal groups, each containing the same fraction of the total population. So any of the groups produced by dividing a frequency distribution into equal groups, e.g. quartile or percentile. So that's what quantile is. So quantile is mostly used in statistics. So what you have to know is that set of values of a variate which divide a frequency distribution into equal groups, each containing the same fraction of the total population. So let's get the quartile using Python programming language from the data that we have. So you can see we have income there as 4,000. That is the quartile value. So when you look at that, quartile 4,000 is at the third index. So that was the first one. So we are going to do the same, but instead of having 0 there, let's now have it as 0.25. So our first one, the quantile, the first one we did was at 0 and we got it to be 4,000. So we are getting 0.25 and then we'll get 0.5 and then we'll get 1. So 0 here these are like the percentages what we got previously using the describe method. So our answer now you can see is a little bit higher. Now we have 6,000. So the first quantile was at 4,000. So that is at 0. Now at 0.5 we have 6,000. And when we run the quantile of 0.5, now we should be able to get another slightly higher value. So I'll just copy the same code, but instead of 0.25 we'll now have a 0.5. So like 0.25 is like the 25%, 0.5 is like now the 50%. So the first one was 0, that is 4,000, 0.25 is at 6,000, and then 0.5 we have 7,000. So when we run the quantile now using a value of 1, so I'll just copy the code there again, then we paste it, but now instead of 0.5 we have 1 there, 0.75 first. So 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, that is the 75%, and then we'll now have the 100%. So we are calculating the quantile at various groups, at various set of groups. That is what we've been doing. So when we have 1, now you can see we have a higher value. So that is basically how you just use the quantile method and then you pass in the value. So these were the basic statistics in data science. I'm sure you are able to grasp it. So we'll post our advanced statistics course for data science. Now what we are going to do next is to calculate the percentile. So first of all, what is a percentile? So percentiles are a type of quantiles obtained adopting a subdivision into 100 groups. Like the 25th percentile is also known as the first quartile, that is Q1, what we've been doing. So we are going to, a percentile is a value on a scale of 100 that indicates the percent of a distribution that is equal to or below it. So to get the percentile, we are going to have percentile is equals to data frame.quantile. So we have 0.99, so we are getting the values below quantile 0.99. That is what it means to get the percentile. So if we run it, we should be able to get the value. So you can see now we have the value there. So that is basically how you can get the percentile. So you have the quantile, but you pass in the value there, like the values below 0.99. Now that will give us a percentile of all the values grouped into 100 below 99. So let's find the income that are greater than percentile, the highest that is. So you can see the one who is getting the highest income there is the name mask with the income. So we are getting the value that is higher than the percentile. That is the highest, the one who is earning the highest income in the group of data that we have. So if we can get the mean by having income.mean and then mean method, and then that will now give us the mean. So you can see, so these are basically like using the already defined methods in Python. So make sure you turn on the notification button and you subscribe for more courses like this. So thank you so much and have a nice coding and learning. So subscribe to support, so we always post on programming and coding. Thank you.
Start off by liking every post on your lover's social media page. This is a great way to get noticed. Find out her phone number and text her every 5 minutes. Find out where she lives and leave her intensely long love poems. Girls love thoughtful gifts. If you're ever confronted for being creepy, defend yourself by saying that you're actually a nice guy. Because you said it, it must be true. Congratulations, you are a nice guy.